BDM, what are you doing?
Just updating Jon Finkel's stats in the guidebook.
The media guide?
Yeah, the media guide. It was incorrect.
What did it say?
Well, it said he had 13 Pro Tour top 8s.
He did have 13 Pro Tour
Not anymore.
top 8s.
Not anymore.
14 for Jon Finkel. That's ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Just in case anyone ever says to you, oh, that Magic game, it's all luck.
It is, it's true.
Yeah, just have them look up Jon Finkel on Wikipedia.
Variants. I don't think so. Welcome along to the Day 2 wrap, boys and girls, here at the news desk for one last time on Day 2. Rich and BDM with you, statistician, historian, Uncle Tom Cobley and all. 8 people as usual. Let's tell you about them. First of all, Godenis Vidugiris from Lithuania. He is your #1 seed.
And what an amazing story for Godenis. Coming to this event, he was not qualified for Pro Tour Return to Ravnica.
Wow.
He did not even have silver status in the Pro Players Club coming into this event. He needed a top 75 finish in order to finish.
Just in silver?
Just in silver. Needed a top 16 finish just to gold. By the way, he can get all the way to platinum.
By sort of winning plus winning on Tuesday as well?
If he wins this event.
If he wins, right,
yes.
Okay.
He can get all the way to platinum. Insane.
So, that's your #1 seed. Sometimes motivation's all you need.
Yeah.
Second seed, Jon Finkel. Said enough about him. However, both 1 and 2 seeds, teammates, playing the same deck. What is the deck?
So they're playing a blue-green with a little splash of white Spirits deck that was designed by Sam Black.
Shockingly.
Yeah, Sam Black. By the way, Sam Black has quietly become one of the best deck designers on the Pro Tour.
So
you know, a pillar of the Star City Games Black team, putting the black in the name, really. He's just phenomenal. Built another great deck. This deck is doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Unpaired, flying, 14-18, Wolfear Silver Hearts.
I mean, increasing savagery?
Increasing savagery.
Really?
Yeah, on an Invisible Stalker or on a Geist of St. Traft, also playing Spectral Flight. This deck is phenomenal, super fun to watch, makes for some great blowout games. These guys think they have great pairings up and down this top 8. So,
well, we'll see. That's 1 and 2. Your third seed is from the United States. It is one Josh Cho. Good on him. SCG Blue.
Yeah, interesting number you say there, 1. Because this 1 is the number of Pro Tours Josh Cho has played in his career.
This is his first.
This is his first
top
Pro Tour.
8. Outstanding.
Top 8, and kind of like a top 8 cruising. I mean, he was at table 1 for the majority of this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not sure it felt like cruising. It may have looked like that. I think there was quite a lot of paddling.
I'm not saying he didn't hit some rumble strips or some caltrops towards the end there, but he managed to get across the finish line.
Is rumble strips a magic card? I know caltrops is. But, coming soon to a set near you. Rumble strips, 4 and a green. Meanwhile, fourth, Ken Yukihiro of Japan. Oh, wait. Josh Cho, what's he playing?
Oh, Josh Cho is playing basically I would say it's block constructed, so I can't say the standard, but
the standard deck?
The basic deck that most people in this room seem to end up on, which is Naya, right? It's got Bonfire of the Damned, it's got Wolfear Silverheart, it's got, Mana Acceleration, it's got some Planeswalkers. It's just a solid, good stuff mid-range deck.
Okay. So fourth, as I say, Ken Yukihiro of Japan. He has a very different take on the format. What are we going to call this? Regal Reanimation?
Sure,
something like that?
We took a look at Pat Cox's Reanimator deck with the name Raisin Brand.
Yes.
We did a deck tech with it. You can get a look at it. Ken Yukihiro is playing the same deck, I believe, that Shoto Yasuoka was playing. And he's playing with Falconwrath Aristocrat as a way of sacrificing creatures and getting humans into his yard for his Angel of Glory's Rise. So we've been calling it Regal Reanimator, just sort of distinguish it.
We could probably call it the Aristocrats or something like that. That seems
the
like
Aristocrats.
So,
and he does do some pretty foul stuff with that deck. So that is the perfect punchline.
What do they call it? We must teach him to say that in English when he wins his quarterfinal. Okay, fifth, Dennis Rashid of Sweden. Now, I've got to be honest, I go to all the European events. I've seen Dennis around, but had very little conversation with him. He hasn't really been traveling to GPs. He's played in 2 events this season. Honolulu, Dark Ascension there. You know, 20 points there. Minimum 20 points here. Platinum, thanks.
Come to more top 8, you'll see them more often.
Okay, perhaps I'll come by tomorrow. He is playing, I don't want to say it's unsexy, but it's a deck that is so mired in ordinariness as a thing. It's green, it's white, it's humans, it's Galvany Township, it's Champion of the Parish, it's dudes, they get bigger, they hit you, you die.
You know what? Sometimes Magic is about not getting too fancy, not outthinking yourself, attacking your opponents, and getting them dead before they get to do any of those cool things.
And that's what this deck is. In the top 8, this is the meat and potatoes. Yeah, you can be fancy schmancy. I'm going to
we got
beat
fancy
you.
schmancy coming up.
Haven't we just? Okay, so that was number 5. What about number 6? Well, number 6 was in a great last round. Thomas Holtzinger, heartbreak for Paul Rietzel, and must, as usual, congratulate the ever-polite, affable Paul on a terrific run. But in the end, Holtzinger, you will have seen that make or break game 3, had all the answers. And when you see Bonfire of the Damned scoop up a ton of permanents, and then, because some of them are Fiend Hunters, get Wolfist Silverheart paired, oh boy, Bonfire of the Damned.
I saw a couple players just complaining about Bonfire. They're like, oh, yeah, then he miracled the Bonfire of the Damned. And like, well, couldn't he have just
cast it?
Wouldn't it have just been as devastating? He's like, yeah.
People drew Magic cards, won games with them. It's an outrage. That's what we say to that one. But Thomas Holtzinger, therefore, with Naya, is through. And he, by the way, will be at the World Magic Cup for Austria. Had that pretty much locked up at the start of the weekend, but he's very good.
Lithuania?
Lithuania for Garenis, of course. Yeah. Now, 7th seed. This is the fun one. Not just in terms of the deck, the story, the country. It's Canada. It's Alexander Hayne. He's going to be the World Magic Cup guy for them. But what a deck.
The journey begins 14 days ago.
Yeah, where?
In Canada.
Yeah.
These airplanes are very expensive.
Plus the testing area, the tables are so small by the time you've got your free meal.
Why don't we take a cruise, transatlantic cruise to Barcelona, Spain, because it's cheap. Don't tell them about opportunity cost. But he did point out that for the cost of that he also gets lodging, so it's the same as if he had come here and stayed in an apartment.
You don't EV 2 weeks on a cruise line. It's an experience, damn it.
He and David Kaplan, the last time these two guys worked together, actually they've worked together 3 times. Yep. This is the second time they've gotten a top 8. Dave Kaplan at Worlds, and now Alexander Hayne. This deck is outrageous. 16 miracles, blue-white, Tamayo, kill you with Thought Scour. It's
so much fun, that deck. We really hope we get some extended time to show you that deck
Devastation Tide.
Yep.
Terminus. Temporal Mastery. We've seen Temporal Mastery miracled in Block Constructed.
Some actual extra turns for 2 mana. They reprinted Time Walk, did you know?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay, so that was 7. 1 more, and it was a 36-pointer. It couldn't be Rietzel, he'd lost. Could have been Robert Yurkovich, Tomek Pedrakovsky, the overnight leader. They chose to ID, secure their top 25. Levels involved there as well. Naoki Shimizu, he couldn't ID. He had to play. He played. He won. He's in. What's he playing?
He is playing Naya. That's what everyone's playing. Seems like 2 out of every 3 players in the room are playing Naya sometimes. Playing a Naya deck. Really excited for Shimizu. Coverage guy.
Our boy.
Japanese coverage guy. This is his 2nd top 8?
Yes, it is. And that was previous to Austin, 2009, when he finished 3rd behind Brian Gibbler. Got there in the end. So that means we have 2 Spirit decks, Vidigiris and Finkel. We have 3 Naya decks, Josh Cho, Thomas Holtzinger, Naoki Shimizu. Then we have the Regal Reanimator, the Aristocrats.
The Aristocrats.
Then we have the Green-White Humans. And there's something mundane about humans, but there's nothing mundane about miracles.
Right. The SS Miracle.
So you get the SS Miracle, Alexander Hayne. So many great storylines.
Oh, just by
epic.
The way, we've talked a little bit about national championships.
Yep.
Gudenis Udigiris, the Lithuanian national champion. Dennis Rashid,
Locks up Sweden.
locks up the Swedish national championship. Alexander Hayne is your Canadian national champion.
Yep.
The U.S. national championship remains in doubt.
Okay, how's that?
Everybody has fallen by the wayside that could challenge Brian Kibler.
Yes.
David Ochoa could have top 16 and taken the championship away from Brian Kibler.
Right.
He fell short of that mark.
Right.
Paul Rietzel could have won this Pro Tour
Yeah, but not
and
anymore.
become the U.S. national champion.
Yep.
He falls short of that mark. There's only one man left standing who can be the U.S. national champion ahead of Brian Kibler.
Is it Ken Yukihiro of
It is
Japan?
Ken Yukihiro of Japan. Oh my God, it's Jon Finkel.
Okay, what does he have to do?
He has to finish second. He has to make the finals. If he makes the finals, your U.S. national champion is Jon Mana-leaking Finkel.
On which bombshell, it's time to say goodnight. 10:45 in the morning, local time here in Barcelona. Marshall Sutcliffe and all the gang will be around this fabulous new news desk. We, him and me, can't think why. They've stuck us in the booth
You're going to
again.
come to the booth, are you?
There's a booth here?
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
right over there.
I've been watching on TV all weekend. It looks lovely.
The booth has
Air-conditioned.
nice fans.
And we have great fans. That's you around the world. We thank you so much for sharing the first 2 days with us. One more to go. Another slice of Magic history. Some great decks. The Aristocrats against Miracles. Yukihiro against Vidigiris. Finkel, what could it be? Join us to find out. Until we meet again tomorrow, for Brian David Marshall and all the crew here at MagicTheGathering.com, I'm your host, Rich Hagon, saying bye.